It all started a few years ago. I had what I thought was the perfect life. A stable job I was passionate about, a wonderful partner, and a close-knit group of friends. Life felt like a smooth uphill climb, and I was enjoying the view. But then, almost overnight, the ground beneath my feet began to crumble. It started with a corporate restructuring at work. My position, the one I had poured my heart and soul into for years, was suddenly eliminated. Just like that, I was adrift. At first, I told myself it was just a setback. I'll find something better, I'd say with a forced smile. I polished my resume, sent out countless applications, and networked like my life depended on it because, in a way, it did. But weeks turned into months. The rejections piled up, each one a small paper cut on my already wounded confidence. The automated weavy decided to move forward with other candidates' emails became a daily reminder of my failure. The financial strain was immense. Savings dwindled, and the pressure mounted. The easy laughter I shared with my partner was replaced by tense conversations about bills and budgets. The stress was a constant, unwelcome guest in our home, poisoning the very air we breathed. Our relationship, once my rock, started to show cracks. We argued more, we understood less. It felt like we were becoming strangers, living under the same roof. To make matters worse, my social circle, the friends I thought would be there for me, started to fade away. It wasn't malicious. People have their own lives, their own problems, but the invitations stopped coming. The "how are you doing" texts became less frequent. I felt invisible, isolated. The shame of my situation made me withdraw even further. I didn't want to be the downer at the party, the friend everyone felt sorry for, so I just stopped reaching out. I hit rock bottom. I'd spend my days staring at a blank screen, unable to muster the energy to even apply for another job. I felt worthless, like a burden to everyone around me. Hope wasn't just lost. It felt like a cruel joke, a fantasy for other people. I remember one particular afternoon, sitting alone in my quiet apartment, the silence deafening. The weight of everything was crushing me. I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the tired, defeated person staring back. It was in that moment of absolute despair that something shifted. I don't know what prompted it. Maybe it was sheer desperation. I found myself thinking about my grandmother. She was a woman of unshakable faith. No matter what life threw at her, and it threw a lot, she always maintained this quiet, powerful belief that things would get better, that there was a plan, a purpose, even in the pain. She used to say, "Faith is seeing light with your heart when all your eyes see is darkness." Growing up, I'd found her faith comforting, but a little naive. In my world of logic and ambition, it didn't seem practical. But now, in my own darkness, her words echoed in my mind. I had nothing left to lose, so I decided to try. I didn't fall to my knees in some dramatic movie scene. It was much quieter than that. I simply closed my eyes and spoke into the silence. I didn't ask for a new job or for my old life back. I just asked for strength. I asked for a sign, any sign that I wasn't alone. I started small. Instead of staying in bed, I forced myself to go for a walk every morning. During these walks, I wouldn't listen to music or podcasts. I would just listen to the birds, to the wind, to the rhythm of my own footsteps. I started to notice small things I'd been blind to before, the way the sunlight filtered through the leaves, the intricate pattern of a spider's web, the friendly nod from a stranger. These weren't miracles, but they were moments of connection to a world outside my own misery. I started a gratitude journal. Every night before bed, I'd write down 3 things I was thankful for. At first, it was hard. Some days, all I could muster was a warm cup of tea or a comfortable bed, but gradually, my perspective began to change. I started looking for things to be grateful for during the day. This simple act rewired my brain, shifting its focus from lack to abundance, from despair to appreciation. This new mindset started to ripple outward. I reached out to my partner, not to complain or blame, but to truly talk. I apologized for pushing them away and shared my fears and my shame. It was one of the hardest conversations I've ever had, but it was also the most healing. We started to rebuild our connection, one honest conversation at a time. With a renewed sense of self-worth, I reapproached my job search, but differently. Instead of just blasting out resumes, I started thinking about what I truly wanted. What kind of impact did I want to make? I began volunteering at a local nonprofit, helping others who were struggling. It gave me a sense of purpose that had been missing. It reminded me that I still had skills, that I could still contribute. And then something amazing happened. Through a contact I made while volunteering, I heard about a job opening. It wasn't in my old field, and it was a bit of a pay cut, but the work was meaningful. It was a role focused on community outreach and support, exactly what I had discovered I was passionate about. I applied, and this time everything felt different. I went into the interview not as a desperate person needing a job, but as a passionate individual looking to make a difference. And I got it. Looking back, losing my job, my sense of security, and almost my relationship was the most painful experience of my life. But it was also the most transformative. It forced me to strip away everything I thought defined me: my job title, my income, my social status, and discover who I really was underneath it all. It taught me that true strength isn't about never falling. It's about how you get back up. It's the trust that challenges are not roadblocks, but detours to a better destination. When I lost all hope, faith was the tiny seed that, once nurtured, grew into a new life I never could have imagined. If you're in that dark place right now, please hear me. You are not alone, and this is not the end of your story. It might feel impossible, but try to find that tiny seed of faith within you. It could be faith in yourself, in a higher power, in the kindness of others, or simply in the fact that the sun will rise again tomorrow. Nurture it with small acts of self-care, of gratitude, of connection. Your journey back to the light may not be fast or easy, but it is possible. Sometimes you have to lose everything to find what truly matters. Your breakdown can be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Hold on, keep walking. The darkness is deep, but your light is stronger. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you know someone who might need to hear this message, please share it with them. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about resilience and finding light in the darkness. You are stronger than you think. See you in the next video.